Okay, well, let's pivot to a couple of other things here. Carbon emissions are another issue that the legislature may be tackling in one way or another this coming session. There are two proposals kind of floating around through Montpelier, Transportation Climate Initiative and another proposal that would make the state's goals for reducing carbon emissions into actually something that's legally binding as opposed to just a nice idea. What are your thoughts on that issue? Do you think that the state should be, aggressively moving forward to try and reduce carbon emissions, or is that again something that should be left to, the free market, whatever?
No, I don't think that it's free market or whatever. I don't think that's fair. I think what I'm trying to do here is explain the underlying philosophy, and then we can get into policy proposals, because they're all derivative from a basic philosophy. And if you don't understand that, if the people don't understand that, then it becomes hard to have informed discussion and reasonable debate, right? So that's why I'm trying to sort of get into these ideas and I think it's important to call a spade a spade. Sometimes you just have to do that. So about the whole climate change, I do believe mild climate change has been demonstrated, but catastrophic climate predictions are speculated, and that is by various computer models that aren't able to prove it. It's very easy to post-predict something, but you have to predict it, make right predictions and say this is going to happen and then it should happen, and those computer models have not done that. So that's as far as climate change is concerned. So it's not like it's not a problem, but the problem aspect is pollution. We don't want pollution. Nobody wants to stand for pollution, right? Now, when we actually get into these, like TCI, for example, or any of these policies, in order for me to explain that, I have to sort of expose, or I want to expose, what is the underlying basis of having these policy proposals. So the way that I see it is that you need an objective. What is the objective for any policy? For me, it is human flourishing. That means I want people to be free and to be able to choose and have prosperous lives that they want to live for themselves. That's, for me, the basis. So how do you do that? Well, very simple: economic growth, industrialization, manufacturing, expanding economic freedoms. This is how you do it. That's sort of the basis of it. And I understand that, and I acknowledge that in order for human beings to thrive, not just survive, thrive, we need to impact the environment. We need to do that. We can't not do that. That's how we are here. I mean, the studio, we've impacted the environment, right? So we need to do that. And I don't demonize that. But on this side, when you look at the philosophy, and some of the really hardcore climate writers, activists are open about it, but not in the legislature. There, the basic idea is that human impact is bad, okay? So the idea is that nature is pure and pristine. Human beings are polluter parasites, and that every time we change the environment, we do something, we're committing some kind of sin, and it's bad. So it's important to stop it. It's imperative is to stop it. So if that's your idea, if you're thinking that human beings are polluter parasites and human impact needs to be stopped, then you come up with things like TCI, which actually Senator Tim Ash told Anne Galloway, the founder and editor of Vermont Digger, we need to think of different ways to get Vermonters out of their cars. And that's exactly right. Why? Why don't you want people to travel for long distances? Vermont is rural, for work. Because if your idea is, I don't want human beings to impact the environment, I don't want human beings to drive whatever car they want, then you go the climate way. But if your idea is human flourishing, human empowerment, as is mine, I'm pro-human, I'm team human, then it's about industrialization, it's about economic growth, it's about jobs, and that's the basic difference.
Mm-hmm.